Imagine you're sitting peacefully beside an airplane window, looking out at the clouds. Beautiful view. Then you notice a tiny hole near the bottom of the window. Why is there a hole in the airplane? You immediately mash the flight attendant button 47 times. Relax, that tiny hole isn't a defect. It's actually helping keep the window safe. Passenger planes cruise several kilometers above the ground. And way up there, the outside air pressure is much lower than the pressure inside the cabin. Inside, you're comfortably eating peanuts. Outside, the air is so thin you'd be miserable. The cabin has to stay pressurized so passengers can breathe normally, which means there's a big pressure difference between the inside and outside of the airplane. So that tiny piece of glass is fighting the sky, pretty much. But airplane windows aren't just one sheet. They usually have multiple layers. Layer 1, Layer 2, Layer 3. It has armor. The pane closest to you mostly protects the real window from scratches, fingerprints, and passengers smashing their face against the glass trying to photograph a cloud. Majestic. Behind that are stronger panes designed to deal with pressure. And the tiny hole is usually in the middle pane. That sounds medically concerning. That little hole allows air pressure to slowly equalize between the cabin and the space, between the window panes. The result? Most of the pressure difference is placed across the outer pane. The outer pane takes the load. The middle pane acts as backup. So instead of every layer fighting the pressure randomly, the window is designed so one layer takes most of the load. What if there was no hole? Without proper pressure equalization, pressure could build differently between the panes. That's not what the window system was designed for. The layers would be arguing over who takes the pressure, so the tiny hole helps the layers behave exactly as engineers intended. Bonus job, fighting fog. The hole also helps control moisture between the panes. Air can circulate slowly enough to reduce condensation, which means you can actually see outside instead of staring at a foggy window for 6 hours. But isn't all the cabin air leaking out through that hole? No. The tiny hole only connects the cabin to the small space between window layers. The outer pane is still sealed from the outside atmosphere. You are not getting sucked through it. That is not happening. Okay, then why aren't airplane windows square? That's another clever piece of engineering. Rounded windows spread stress more smoothly around their edges. Sharp corners can concentrate stress. So modern passenger windows are rounded to handle repeated pressurization much better. So that suspicious little hole is actually doing several useful jobs. It helps manage pressure between the window layers, helps keep the outer pane carrying the main pressure load, and helps reduce moisture between the panes. So the hole is supposed to be there? Yes. And the airplane isn't broken? Correct. What about that luggage door that just fell off? Different problem.